chilly fall morning. Do you know, as I'm sure you do, anyone who's been in a long-term relationship, that relationships are work? It's helpful if you're new in a relationship and in that first initial puppy love phase to realize that love is like a drug to our brain. So we are initially enamored and we want to be around each other all the time. It's highly physically charged and airplane. You want to learn all about each other. There's a lot of new things to say because you don't know each other yet, new stories to have, new adventures to have. If you've been around somebody for a long time, we're talking years and years, especially if you live together, you're already sharing most of your life with this person day after day, and you can begin to feel a distance with your partner for a million reasons. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a relationship. One of them is not realizing that this thing doesn't happen naturally. It takes work. Love takes work. Um, that thing you feel initially isn't love. It's a form of it, but it's mostly attraction, curiosity, excitement, aliveness. It's a feeling fostered chemically and physiologically and internally by your own desires versus love, which is a bonding feeling of deep care for another person because you would almost sacrifice your own life for this other person, like the love you feel for your child. You can't love someone until you know them. So if you come in expecting to continue that initial feeling, you're expecting something that just isn't possible. It's not rational or possible because that feeling initially is elicited through brain chemicals, physiology, and your own internal desires and imaginings being projected out into this other person. Plus, there's all sorts of things that are new that won't be new once you get to know the person. After a few months, this sort of thing starts to die down. You still want to be around each other. You still enjoy time together, but the stories have run out. And then you start adventuring and doing things together. You fill your time with stuff. But you need to realize that relationships with other people, couple relationships, are like friendships in a way. You have to be conscientious of not neglecting your partner, not neglecting the time, the energy, the effort, the rituals, the consideration, the conversation, the communication, the activity, um, the intimacy on all levels. And intimacy is not just a sexuality thing. There's the top 5 intimacies are spiritual, emotional, uh, communication, physical, and social. Um, you need to put time, energy, effort into this person, and more so as time goes on, because after all the newness wears off and those brain chemicals die down and you're living together so you don't have much to fill each other in on, it's easy for people to just sort of take their partner for granted, like their roommate, just somebody that's always around and comfortable to be around. And they invest in their friendships. They make sure that they call their friends, talk with their friends, spend time and do activities with their friends, that they're considerate and kind with their friends, that they share their thoughts and feelings with their friends. They have little rituals and activities they do with their friends. They do new and exciting things that they put time and energy into themselves from time to time and dress up and go out with their friends. And that they talk with their friends and that they share their thoughts on the universe and life and everything. And they are considerate with their friends. They put their time and energy and investment into work. And they come home and they just live. One of the benefits of a long-term relationship is, sorry for all the planes today. Seriously? Coffee was getting cold anyway. Is that you can be yourself. You can put the sweatpants on. You can fart. I can't believe I said that. Publicly. And it's totally fine. If the person really loves you, you don't have to put in, you can just be you. You can just be a completely flawed, non-makeup, gross, ordinary, boring human, and they love you nonetheless for all your weirdnesses and all your exhaustion and all your sick days and all your mistakes. But it's important not to treat them like a roommate. Remember, this is the most important relationship in your life, aside from your children or combined with your children, if you're in a family situation. And some people don't approach relationships as work, as effort. They don't put the right emphasis on their partner as is necessary. They don't appreciate that people grow and change over time. Your partner is not the same person you met. So you need to continually get to know this person. Continue to ask questions. Don't think you know who your partner is, what they're thinking, what they like, what their opinions are, because people grow and change. And this person you met 8 years ago is not the person you are with now. You need to continually get to know your partner. You need to continually have activities. You need to continually spend time and energy. You need to continually invest in this relationship with effort. You need to dress up sometimes and go out with your partner. You need to socialize with your partner. You need to communicate with your partner. You need to expect difficulty and accept difficulty and expect to grow and work and bond with your partner the same way you would entrench a deeper and deeper and deeper friendship with your friends. You need to be able to espouse. Don't expect that they can read your mind. Continue to communicate more as time goes on. Continue to be conscientious of what a relationship needs to be healthy and continue to give it. You have to think, because you're not under the love drug. You have to think about these things and enact them in a conscious way if you want your relationship to continue to stay together. And when you notice a distance, when you notice a plateau, when you notice that things are not feeling quite right, you need to be at a level where you can communicate with your partner about this and where you can identify what your needs are and what might be missing. And you need to take it upon yourself, not expect your partner to change for you, because we can't expect other people to change for us. If it's a healthy relationship and you just want to keep it going, but you've hit a plateau of some kind because you've been together for a really long time, you need to be able to look at the aspects of a healthy relationship, identify what's missing, and do your part. Put the energy in, like this little sweet thing. Probably can't even see that. It's left on a leftover envelope. 1 square egg, bagels. A cucumber and salad in the fridge for you. With, check out that cat and that crab. That is so cute. That is what I woke up to this morning. Left on the kitchen table for me. Little things like that make it continually rewarding. You need to be considerate. Have little rituals that you do for each other. Have little surprises. Continue to communicate. And when you get to those places where, again, there's a plateau, ask yourself what you're missing, and whatever part of it you're missing, you put in the energy and start adding that back into your relationship. Curiosity, communication, intimacy, excitement, adventure, socializing, dressing up, feelings of connectedness. And you can look forgiveness, focusing on the good things rather than the bad things, not expecting them to change, realizing that you have to work and grow together if you want to stay together, valuing them. The list goes on and on. You can start by Googling the different types of intimacy, looking them over and thinking about what's important in your particular relationship, in your particular needs, and what's getting or not getting met in your relationship. And you can discuss this with your partner. And they can tell you what's valuable if you don't already know. In their intimacy, what they find valuable in the top 5 or the many other forms of intimacy, and if their needs are getting met and why or why not, and you can work on it together. Expect your relationship to be effort. If it's too easy, if you're not having to think about it, if you're coasting along, you're likely going to wind up in a rut, at a distance, or with a problem down the line. Expect this to be a lifelong project. Expect this to be a lifelong endeavor. And if the person is worth it, if they are your life partner, they are worth the work. But relationships are work. This love fairy tale of blinding chemicals we get initially is a fairy tale. Lifelong love is not. Lifelong partnership and companionship and healthy relationships are not a fairy tale, but they take work. So look up different types of love. There's different ways people expect and express love, and talk about that with your partner. Find out about how they expect and experience love and express it, and you can express it in a way that is more effective toward them. And look up the different types of intimacy and find out where you stand. Are your needs getting met? Are their needs getting met? And have a conversation and put the effort back into your relationship. And remind yourself that you have to put in the work. They are the most important person in your life. You should treat them that way. Good morning, goodbye. I'm freezing. I'm going back inside to do yoga and make him some coffee.